Just starting out the video, most people have heard about some sort of Sith order, and they also heard about some sort of galactic empire. And coming from the basis that this could be made with elements. Alright, so they had what they called Sith Lords, and they also had something what they called Sithis. Now, if you take a look, you'll see the target symbol, and that was supposedly the symbol for the House H. Lalu. Now, you take a look, there was what they call a Hell Seth. If you look closely at the crown, he was wearing what they call an amethyst. You see the crown? There was like an amethyst-like stem. Now, there was also a cult, or what people might call a cult, that worshipped Sithis. Now, if you take a look at the Bible, they also had a ninth tribe called Issachar. But before that, they had something called Yissaschar, and they were probably reptiles. Now, they said that they had an amethyst as their stem, but in ancient Hebrew, it comes out to another translation. Now, it comes down to what controls the quartz in the silicon contract. You start studying the elements, you'll notice that Issachar was supposedly the 12th tribe. Now, you go to what controls the greater light and the lesser light. So, in one Bible, it says the God. In the other translation, it says the Elohim. Now, if you go down, you'll notice that they have a greater light, which they call the Gadolim, or they call the Gadol, right? So they have what they call the Gadol, which if you study the elements, along with what they call the Ka-Tan, to rule the lesser, what they call nighttime. So the Ka-Tone or the Ka-Tan were supposed to rule the night, and the Gadol was supposed to rule the day. Now you study the elements, and you're not fucking retarded, you might come across a Chinese translation. Now, if the Chinese are time traveling and they've ciphered out the elements from the invading forces that had control over the elements with Odiels, they might have inserted certain elements inside of people to figure out what sounds would control them. Though the Gadolinium in Chinese makes a ga sound. The carbon, which is what diamonds are made of, makes a like a 10 or a ton sound. Now, if you go deeper, you'll know that the gadolinium has a ga sound like the greater light. The carbon has a tan sound like the lesser light. The californium has a chi sound like the kyber crystals that they talk about. Okay. In Star Wars, they have lightsabers, and they're powered by the kyber crystals. So they had what they call the Sith Lords. So imagine, rewatch the video again and again. Maybe you'll remember. The Sith would wield the sabers, and they were given power through the kyber crystals. So that it changed colors depending on their connection to what they call the Force. Now imagine somebody having a diamond ring, or somebody having a gadolinium ring. Now, they had to have a special type of person that they could have made into a weapon, maybe through tattoos, with the use of elements. So the Californium, or what they call the Kai, might have been inserted into people and used as weapons to kill each other with their Odials. It all goes back to a certain type of Sith order that was made along with the Odials a long time ago. And you'll notice the target symbols on the H. Lalu house. Or they were a galactic empire. So you already know what element the Ga is. And then obviously what the Sith Lords probably were.